Hey, how's it going, everybody? Hope everyone's doing well. Having a good start to their weekends or Saturdays. I guess, well, it's afternoon at this point in time, right? So, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world. I've gotten all the pinstripes on all the heads and, or on all the drums, on all the heads. Pinstripes on top of pinstripes. And I got all the pinstripes on these Saturn shells, the maple walnut shells, and I think they're sounding great. Obviously, still gotta fine tune everything, but they're nice and in range. And this 12 is pretty ringy, so I even put a piece of moon gel on the 12, which I don't normally do, but I usually play with coated heads. So, in any case, here are the individual toms. I tuned the 12 up kind of extra high just because I did the 10 as well. I put a pinstripe on the 10, but just I like this setup the way it is for right now. So I kind of put my 12s a little bit higher up just because they're my first, starting tom, my first rack tom. So, well, even though, it's not rack mounted on the bass drum, but first tom. So I tune them up a little bit higher so they're just closer in range to a 10, but still have the lower fundamental of a 12. Okay, next. Okay, and then 16. And 16 is thunderous. It's so resonant. Everything in the room, all the snares that are on are buzzing in the room every time I hit the toms on these. They're pretty close, so I'm getting there, but still. And also, Remos have a tendency, you gotta let them stretch for a little while. I have Evans G1 still as the rezos on the bottoms of these, so I've got Remo pinstripes on top of Evans G1 clears. But they're gonna sound good. I'm out of moon gel, so I'm kind of like recycling little pieces, putting some here and there, leaving some toms, and then also just experimenting with tuning. So I'm just shortening that just by tuning alone. But you have to tighten them extra, pretty tight to get that to kind of choke the drum a little bit. So that's kind of where they're at right now, is just because I have no moon gel and I'm trying to make it not so they're so just going on and on. So they are a little bit higher than I would normally tune them. Sound pretty good. And then, also, got this, the 9000 pedal going on. And I'm still kind of getting, my exact specifications kind of felt out through my toes. But, it works great. It's a great pedal. I'm trying to balance this at the same time as using the pedal. But, it's got just such great, it's so smooth, doubles are nice and easy. So, and you can just see, I'm trying to let the beater just kind of swing. I'm trying to not take my foot off the pedal and do that. I don't know how you're going to do that without taking your foot off the pedal. But, just the motion is so great, so smooth. And then I just tighten the spring tension some. And then I did actually make this more kind of halfway in between the accelerator and the turbo, and I'm doing air quotes as I say that, where I added a little bit more of an to this part right in the front of the camp. And so you can put different drives there and then change whether it's an elliptical shape or just a straight round shape. And they use the terms turbo and accelerator for that. But basically what I see is I flipped the camera around the wrong way, so you probably didn't see anything I was just pointing at except the other direction. I'm such a goofball sometimes. But just basically, the part right at the drive where the cam and the drive meet, and then you can change that with putting more of the ellipse on it or less. And so I kind of put it halfway in between is what all I'm really saying. But it's interesting, they use those terms, which kind of makes it confusing. But like a pearl deminator or like eliminators, you know how they have those like orange plastic fittings? You know, those are that's the kind of shape I'm talking about. So like, you know, it makes it more of like a big ellipse in some of them. The deminators especially. I'll show you one. You have to be careful with those because they'll scratch bass drum heads. So this pedal, these orange parts, see how much? So that sticks out so far in these that you have to be really careful that you don't scratch your heads, or you have, you know, hoops that are long enough to mount these on. But this is a good example of what I'm talking about. So if you imagine this orange plastic piece was completely removed and the chain was just on that smooth, the metal part, just on this part here, that's what I'm talking about. So it's basically that rounded shape versus more of this shape, and you can change that within the 9000 to any position really in between, or, you know, all the way out, all the way in. And I really like that about the pedal because not only does it help, that's my sticks. Not only does it help with getting the right feel in, but it also gives you a different amount of power to your strokes. Because basically what the accelerator means is that it just gives you more velocity. Like it takes a little bit longer for the pendulum swing and the downstroke. So it's like, it's got a little more like whack, you know, like wait and whack, that kind of a thing, rather than, and the turbo is just a continuous, more like a medium velocity of just a da-da-da-da, you know, constant. So it's kind of cool to play with those things. And then when you adjust the spring tension with it, if you put the strap drive on it so it's lighter, doesn't have the weight of the chain, put a different beater on it. So I'm going to experiment with all those things, but just kind of as is, it's, you know, I just tighten the tension just a little bit. And then, like I said, I just put that angle out just a little bit more of the ellipse into the eccentric shape instead of concentric. Great. It's got some good power to it. It's got some good oomph to it. And I do have the plastic side of the beater on it right now. So it's getting more of that plastic slap. And, you know, that's a pretty big beater that the DWs have. I mean, kind of standard, but that big, you know, black plastic square hitting it. Freestyle being goofy, but that's it, guys. So I'm getting the toms dialed in. I got another upcoming project that I'm working on, and so I wanted to get these drums dialed in as soon as possible. But getting everything seated and getting the DW frequent flyer kit also done at the same time. So yeah, getting everything dialed in. But yeah, just the tuning process is something else. It really, and I'm really kind of anal about it too. But I got the pinstripe on here too. So that mini drum's done. I guess I got 2 more to go. 1 more to go. Yeah, only 1 more to go. Sweet. Okay, well, have a great day, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. And I'm going to try probably some random solid groove practice here before I have to go into the academy. I just got done with my private lessons for this morning. So I hope everyone has a great day. Love you. God bless.